Hello, we are recording now. Hello, yes, this video is much more different than I originally intended it to be, but it's still serves the same purpose, you know. So yeah, this is the Ultra Kill complete fraud analysis, you know, going over literally everything that we know, everything that we've seen, everything we've been told, mostly just the scene part. Yeah, ignore that. I have a bunch of like all these sources, and this was gonna be the notes page back whenever this video was gonna be scripted. It is not scripted anymore because that's gonna take too long, and also I'm the kind of person that's more tolerable whenever I'm not scripted versus whenever I am. So congratulations, you're getting it like this. Anyways, yeah, I think self-explanatory. We're going to go through everything related to fraud in order, actually. So I guess we can start with the first point of not really a specific video or screenshot, but just the fact that whatever was going on in fraud was so complex that it required an entire code rewrite that would eventually lead to the Ultra revamp update, which is really cool to think about, because maybe if not for that, we would have had to wait a lot longer to get all of this, which is kind of upsetting to think about, honestly. But yeah, you know, Ultra revamp.
Hello everyone.
They sound just like me, for real.
The Ultra Kill update. It is called
February 24th, 2025, Ultra revamp came out, and then we wouldn't get our first official look at fraud until 2 months later. It was actually closer to 3 months later. May 10th, 2025, in absentia logos, the theme for 8.1, Heartbreak Wonderland. Immediately you can already tell that it's a little different from what we're used to, although some things are still consistent, like, you know, the funny bass line, what I've literally just dubbed the Heaven Pierce Her bass line, because I feel like this exact bass instrument is used in most of the soundtrack. Not most, that's a complete lie, but you know, a lot. Let's get to what I'm assuming is the battle theme halfway through. Honestly, this sounds amazing, but also everything raises a lot of red flags because of just how different it is. Like, someone in the comments pointed out something. Wait a second, hold on, I never know that. That's you! You're the one that made this one and this one. I like those remixes a lot. But yeah, no, it was him to point this out, or like he was the top comment for a while. But yeah, pointing out that an entire eye in the game that very intentionally does not feature any eyes. So, you know, things are getting a little crazy, I guess you could say. And then we would have to wait until June 8th, the PC Gaming Show. Fun fact, you've probably heard this, but in case you haven't, the PC Gaming Show had, you know, a lot of people, you know, easily in the 6 digits. And then whenever this got done showing, it went down to like from around 100,000 to 20,000. So, you know, insane. I was going to let this play out in everything, but I think I'm just going to mostly highlight the points of notice, which, now that I mention, is kind of all of it. Yeah, you know, you have cool little intro sequence. You see the TV. You go into the TV. No more TV. Heartbreak Wonderland. Gravity is being funny. A lot of people just kind of figured this because it would be very fitting for the fraud layer. But yeah, confirmation. Non-Euclidean geometry. We love it. See, he seems very annoyed. Also, someone pointed out that the sharpshooter keeps switching, which is probably just a coincidence. Oh yeah, this. Very, very cool. Layer at Fraud. Cool title drop. New enemy. Providence. New angel enemy. Might be a demon, but we'll get into that argument later. I personally don't think it is, but Sisyphean Insurrectionist is common enemy now. Gravity changes. Excuse me. Apparently it's not even labeled as a big kill, killing them, which is interesting to note. We can skip past this, yeah. Also, yeah, that's the noise the Providence makes. There isn't really anything else I need to go over, except for, like, one specific moment. I'm trying to find out. There's, like, one or two times in the trailer where you can see what I'm about to show you. I think one of them was right there. But it's also... Okay, you can barely see it right there. I should probably be in full screen, actually. Right there, that's a new orb. Like, you know, you got the blue orb, the green orb, the yellow orb. That's like a weird light pink, really light white pink orb that appears to spawn whenever you kill a Providence. And this is the only time we've seen anything to do with that orb. So, honestly, it might mean nothing, or it could mean everything, and the devs and Hakita are just, like, keeping it from us. Lovely. Yeah, we've gotten no update on that. Anyways, let me scroll down here because, if I'm not mistaken, I think now we have to look at, Blue Sky for a little bit. I'm not using Twitter because I tried to look at Twitter and it was very confusing and I did not understand it. This has nothing to do with anything, but I just think that this picture is really funny. Moving on. This was our first look at 8.2, supposedly. And, you know, pretty cool. You know, you got the skull. It's an Amazon warehouse, you know, very fitting for the 8th layer of hell. You have a panel, which is always nice to see. People in the comments were talking about the Stanley Parable. I've never read or seen it. I actually don't know what it is, but it sounds like something I would really enjoy. U2's, you got an Undertale funny little joke here, but this is genuinely something that's in the game, and it's really interesting. Honestly, my biggest takeaway from this is just I really want to see the animations for V1, what they actually look like, because either they're going to be like wow, or they're just going to be really goofy looking. More U2s. This has got me thinking about P3, but that's a conversation for a while from now, and, okay, that's our cue. 93. Now you too can be the mannequin and climb up the wall. Very, very fun looking. Also, this is our first look at our first video containing 8.2 and first look at the song. I don't think we would have to wait that long for the song to come out. It was the next upload, but it's like it wasn't that long between each other. Honestly, I think people's biggest takeaway from this, other than the fact, you know, crazy time signature, classic Hakita, was the fact that it's blatantly teasing a new demon enemy, which a lot of people were comparing to the Tail of a Lion, or, Anglerfish. What we got was, I mean, personally for me, not a disappointment in the slightest, but I worry that it was for a lot of people. I don't know people's general opinion about the Deathcatcher, or the Providence for that matter, which I guess makes sense. And I'm gonna shut up because this part of the song is important. Yeah, okay, so if you ask me, and you ask a few other people, there's no doubt in my mind that's going to be the P3 Prime Soul motif, which I was kind of just speculative, like, yeah, this feels like it'd be a good time to do it, but I actually have more reasons for that now, with the latest screenshots that we've gotten literally today. But we'll get back to that. I think it's time to go back to Blue Sky. This one's nice, pretty funny. It's nothing crazy, but I do like how all of the comments were going crazy about the water cooler. Let me guess. Yeah. As a Deltarune fan, you have no idea how funny this is to me. It better not be a secret boss. It would ruin the pattern, but you know what, actually that'd be funny. It would be even funnier if it, instead of Theme of Cancer, it was just straight up Vapor Buster. That's not gonna happen, but it'd be funny. But I mean, talking about collaborations, and literal next post is a collaboration. This is pretty cool. I don't much care for Pal World, and I think it's cool, I guess. And okay, here we go. Ultra Kill 94, Death Catcher. Honestly, I kind of want to let this one play out in its entirety, even though I know I can't. Even though I can, I'm just gonna yap over it. You know, cool little everything. Blue orb, that's gravity shenanigans. Cars, there's cars in Ultra Kill. Everyone is making a big deal out of that, and honestly, I should too. Curtain lifts up, we see the enemy that was teased, and it is the Death Catcher. Not an anglerfish, not the lion. It's similar to the idol in the sense that, you know, it's a weird statue-esque thing that as of right now gives the iconoclasm bonus upon death, but it's not going to stay that way. Or maybe it will, actually. There's a 50-50 shot. I'll explain what I'm talking about after this is over with. But yeah, it revives enemies, but like it keeps reviving enemies until everything in the waves have been killed at least once, from what I can tell. Which can be very inconvenient if it keeps spawning a bunch of strong enemies. Also, yeah, the staircase is non-Euclidean. I forgot the name for that type of staircase, even though I looked it up 2 days ago. But forgot what it is called. Someone else also pointed out that there's been a shocking lack of red weapons, which is also probably a coincidence. It opens up. You break it. Iconoclasm. All the dead die with it. Door opens. And Deathcatcher has the potential to be my new favorite enemy, because I've always liked enemies that really shake up gameplay, specifically. More so than, like, being cool to look at or, like, anything, although that's obviously an important factor. But it says it's a rare enemy, so that's gotten me hoping that it's a greater demon. If it is a greater demon, it will be my favorite enemy, because I've been wanting another one of those. Anyways. Yeah, okay, this comment kind of summarizes my opinions on other people's opinions. Yeah, people were more excited about the cars than they were for Deathcatcher, and that upsets me. Although I will come back to the cars. They are quite important, actually. Let me just scroll down. Yeah, this one. Petition to have the Deathcatcher destroyed style name be Heartbroken. And Hakita himself commented on this and said that it was quote, not a bad idea. So, you know, maybe also, excuse me? I don't even watch Geometry Dash. What are you talking anyways? So yeah, I love this thing. It's gonna be really annoying and everyone else is gonna hate it, but I love it. More merch. Gabrielle is always depicted in feminine attire, and I find that really funny. Do you guys think that this is a genuine depiction of something we're going to be seeing in Fraud, or this is an actual bug that they got a picture of? I'm honestly willing to bet that this is probably, I'd say that this could be at the end of 8.3. 8.4, I don't know if we've seen anything. I do think we've seen 8.4, but I'll get to that. And then, that actually went by really fast. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I am definitely forgetting something. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Okay. Pretend like you didn't. Most of this is just recap of, most of this is recap of the Heartbreak Wonderland first teaser. You know, got a statue of the Providence. There's an actual picture of the Providence. I like that specific frame. Providence next to the statue of Providence to clarify that it does not come from the statue. The statue is just also there. It spawns in front of the statue. It summons a Hell Orb, and also it has an eye, which only, the only eyes Hell allows in itself are ones that are made by itself. So that, combined with the Hell Orb, leads a lot of people to think this is actually a demon. Personally, I don't buy it, but I do kind of see the concern. I have my own theory about why it shoots Hell Orbs and has an eye, but that's going to be in my next video, which I will actually be making because I have enough time to. There's some concept arts, really cool. It's not just a PNG, it has a little bit of depth to it, which is always nice. What is going on with that one? No one has addressed this at all, but genuine question, what is that? Like, that's not the same as any other depiction of the lasers we've seen. It's like, it also has, weirdly enough, the same amount of depth that this has. And also no orb, and also it's flashing. It has a pink flash on it. Cool. Lion consuming the sun, that's a symbol of alchemy and also probably a metaphor of hell. Killing God. That's my personal game theory. More pictures of A2. We've seen this one already, but also there's this one and this one. Not too interesting, except for the fact that this does look like it's something ran into it. Trust nothing you see. This is fraud after all. Yeah, okay, my trust issues weren't bad enough. Thank you, Hakito. Anyways, a final video is Ultrakill 95, 2 places, 1 space. Gravity shenanigans at the beginning, but that's hardly the focus here. Like, look, 2 dimensions exist at the same time. The craziest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, this seems like really cool if it is kept to that basic amount where it's just sliding in a linear fashion. Then I think that that's going to be a really fun mechanic and not actually as complicated as everyone in the comments says it is. Like, calm down. Calm down, it's not that big of a deal. And, yeah, actually, we're already at the new stuff. I could go to the Steam page, I guess. Honestly, the descriptions doesn't really tell us a lot about the update. It is really good. You should go to the Steam page and read this, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to be reading out all this because it isn't related to the topic at hand. Except for the fact that it is coming out supposedly early 2026. So I'm going to place my bets and say probably late January is when I'm gonna say. The fact that he mentioned somewhere right there actually that they're already working on 8.4 and that's supposedly going to be the last level introduced in this update. I say supposedly, like, yeah, obviously it's just gonna be to 8.4. But yeah, I'd say late January is a good estimate. This is also, a lot of this is really wholesome, I do like it. And just to be more organized, I'm going to look at the images on Blue Sky. Not actually in order, but going from least interesting to most interesting. This one's the least interesting, I think. I mean, there's probably something that's important on that table there, but I can't see. Or maybe it's just chairs, I don't know. There's V1 in a mirror. There's V1 in another mirror. More mirrors! We love mirrors. And then there's this one. Personally, I think this is literally just the hallways, little segments of the hallways rotating, which is honestly par for the course at this point. I wonder how the enemies are going to react. This also is probably in 8.3, I think. This one is... I have no words for this one, but it's reminding me of Gluttony Encore, the fan-made Gluttony Encore, where the streets have no name. It's reminding me of that. And honestly, actually, I want to say something. I made predictions before any fraud content was revealed, and this looks really close to my prediction for 8-2, and I'm honestly really happy about that. I didn't make that connection until just now, but I did predict that we would be in a city with really tall buildings, and I actually predicted something, like, really accurate. I mean, it's more pink than orange, but other than that. And yeah, no, actual city. What am I supposed to do about this? And also, what level do we guys think? What level do we think this is in? Me personally, I think it's in 8-1. But I suppose this could also be 8-4. But actually, the one that I think is in 8-4 is this one. It's like, what am I even supposed to make out of that? What am I looking at? It's definitely something mechanical. It's kind of prelude-y. But if any of these are in 8-4, I'm gonna say it's this one. Although I guess there's also just the possibility that these are both in 8-4. And I need a concluding remark, because we're done. That's it. I've done everything, covered everything that I wanted to cover, everything that needs to be covered. But I don't want this video to end, you know, like, stupidly. So, I don't have the words to express how excited I am. The wait for fraud, I think this is the first time that I've actually waited, like, with a community for an update that took this long, and actually, it wasn't painful, it wasn't heartbreaking, it was enjoyable. I loved every second of it. The build-up, all of the suspension, all of the community predictions and collaborations have just been amazing to participate in, and I could not ask for a better anything, honestly. Thank you all for watching. I will have a video about my personal predictions being put out. I don't know when. It'll probably take longer because it's going to be fully narrated, like, you know, scripted. But I guess I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. It's been so long since I've had a talking video. I still don't actually have an outro. Dang it. Actually, hold on a second. I have an outro. Give me just a second. Beep 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 beep. Do. Oh, battery's dying. No. What does this say? Yes, this is my outro. This is my outro now. Deal with it. Comment for algorithm. Subscribe for content. Like for support. Love you all. 3. Goodbye.